But you know what? This ain't a bad look.
All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Win, and this is Reggie. I've been holding on to these videos for years. We're going to talk about loyalty, the impact of what that has had on both of our lives.
We are now.
Yeah, I had this childhood story. Back in the day.
This one day, brought some group of friends over, and I looked around the corner when they left. I was like, where my games? Where my games? They just straight jacked my own best friends, jacked my games. And just, I'm like, we supposed to be bros. And you go jack my games?
What game was it? What game was it?
Oh, man, don't get me started. I'm even trying to think of the names of them. I was a big Mortal Kombat fan when I was young. Yeah, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Mario Kart, all them type of games. I love them games.
Some people that have been in my life at one point in time, I believe they would never leave. And one day, the unexpected happens, and I didn't know how to deal with it, right? I was like, oh, this sucks, man. People come and people go, and you really can't control that. But very interesting, though, because I think right around that time that happened, you came into my life. And I didn't really necessarily know how our friendship would come together. 4 or 5 years later, like here we are, and we have like so many stories to talk about in regards to like how God has brought us together. We stay bros,
Now, I completely agree and vibe what you're talking about. I actually remember going back to my childhood life, there was a friend I was very, very close with. We talked on the phone every day. We hung out all the time and everything. And, life happens, right? You talked about relationships and so forth, and he met a young lady at the time, and they ended up growing together and getting married. But there was still that emptiness inside of me that we were so close in high school, and then I looked up and I sort of like withered away in the friendship, and we weren't as close anymore. And so I felt alone in that space, kind of going back to what you're talking about. And I still look back at the day that, they have a great marriage and wonderful children. But that was a moment when I was young where it was like, when you leave the childhood friendship or it departs, it comes to an end, and it was probably just that season, it still impacts you in a way that you feel like left out or alone or what happened. So having true friendships, true godly friendships, as well as something very important that you can sort of walk that life together no matter what stage you're in, is also something very important and something that we all desire.